Miss Walker? Miss Walker? Ah, there you are.
Please excuse me, Frau Wagner. I was trying to decipher this. Is everything okay?
I found these for you. They might help you find that Müller shop you asked about.
Thank you, Frau Wagner. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, dear. I'll be at the reception desk if you need anything else.
Alright, let's take a look at what's been brought to us.
Right. Guess I'd better start looking for shops called Müller that are likely to sell art supplies.
Let's roll!
This shop could sell the painting case. Well, it's probably not this one.
I was gonna say, it's, chocolates! What kind of stupid game? Why'd you do that? Oh, that was so dumb. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and cross off these guys that it probably is not at. And not you. Is there anything on this list that's relevant? Could be that one. Could be that one. Couldn't be that one. Probably not the clock shop. And is there anything else to look at in this book? The game won't... I guess a hint is ready. I guess I could show off a hint, how the hints work.
I get the feeling there's just a handful of Müllers where I can potentially get information about the painting.
Wow, so hintful. Oh, hi.
These three make up a good basis to work from. Let's see if I can rule out a couple using the map.
If you scan that QR code, I believe it'll actually take you to the Microids website, whipping out my iPhone to confirm or deny it is correct. It actually is a website that gives you tour information though, so that's fun. I might have to put a link to that in the description if I remember it. What am I looking at again? Back over to this side. Okay, so we have the pawnbrokers. Oh, the information is D3, E5, and C4. Okay, let's see here. D3 is this one. I mean, that's in the center of
What
Vagen.
about this one?
So, C4, probably not. And then the last one, which name escapes me, but it takes so long to end me back over here. E5, got it. I get the feeling that's the water. Yep. Oh, and I did this wrong, so this one needs to be X'd out. This one needs to be erased. I think this one can be X'd out too. Or is it a check mark? What, do you want me to X out everything else, game?
To find the whereabouts of the shops I'm interested in, I'll need to get the info from the phone book.
Okay. You expecting me to cross off everything that's not game? Because that's stupid, if so. And cross out table of contents, just kidding.
The district where the guest house is situated. Pity none of the shops are near here.
Heh. Yay for me,
The
Xing everything.
musical square. Everyone says it's one of the places.
Oh, I didn't know that was gonna cancel our talking, my bad. Cross out the QR code. Yep. Let me make sure I'm not misremembering something. D3, C4, E5. That's what I did wrong. No, it's not. D3. Oh, so D3, C4,
I nailed it for 2 of my choices, I think. I just need to change the wrong one.
And then...
I should stick with 3 choices.
I know, Kate.
Okay. So these 3 shops are the most likely to have sold the painting case. I need to pick the right one now.
This one.
Feels risky to pick the Müller shop in this district. It seems to have changed a lot. Maybe I should explore my other options before making the final call.
Okay.
The antique shop from the phone book is located in this district. Looks like it's full of similar stores. An industrial estate. Difficult to imagine an art supply shop could have prospered here.
That means the answer is
Shop I
this
found
one.
in the phone book must be a hardware store or something similar. No doubt about it. This antique shop is probably my best shot. Better hang on to the address.
Yep, we already know what that says.
Just need to get the painting from my room, and I can go and show it to the antique dealer.
Our room is upstairs. Keep hitting the A button, that's the B button, because, as with Ori, I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom. Not much has changed between Let's Plays.
Just as calm when I get back. Wouldn't mind some alone time by the fire. Hope it still works.
I'm sure it still works, Kate. It's just, the day, so no one does fires during the day. Any fun tourist information?
Hans. According to this flyer, he came to Vaughan during one of his trips.
Fun, which means the automatons, they're back. Nice map of the area. That's a different brochure. I'm sorry, I thought that was the same. World War II Remembrance. Train of Death. Evil, evil, evil. This is the game's way of saying socialism, fascism, bad. Don't do either of them. There we go. Mashing the wrong button. Try and get in the door. Let's go ahead and grab this. Yep, we're in Vaughan and we did Mueller. Money.
The meager amount I've managed to save since I escaped from the mine.
And nothing more interesting about that.
Perfect. I just need to take this painting to the antique shop I found earlier. Maybe Frau Wagner can tell me how to get there.
Alright. And take the pick. As we can.
Katusha's punk group. Would love to have seen them.
Thank you. We know.
I'll find her, Katusha. Just like I promised. And we'll find out who she is. Or was.
Suicide. Oh, this is all the information we have so far. 2004, 2005. And you can read up on some of the information she's found so far. Scrolling through it magically so that you can read it. Alright. Now we have that.
Nice. It seems like a lifetime since I enjoyed some good old-fashioned comfort. Room might not be as cozy as a Yukol yurt, but it's sure more spacious.
Stupid Ukels. Ugh. I am not... Well, you know what? Fine. One introspective.
How strange to be here in Vaughan. After months of roaming from east to west on a motorbike, after taking odd jobs here and there to build up a little nest egg to finance this trip, and to be able to stay in this guest house for a time. Lucky Frau Wagner let me in despite my appearance when I arrived, with my meager means. The days when Marson and Lormet paid for my travel expenses seems far away now. It's like they were someone else's memories, fading away with passing time. Guess I've changed. Since the death of Mom and Katusha, pursuing my hypothetical double on the painting turned out to be too tempting. Comforting, even. In any case, I promised Katusha I would find her.
Promises, promises. You elect them, and they weasel out of their weasel out of their promises. Can't talk. Weagle. Wonder what that means. Alright. Hey, let's hit the road. Heading the road. Actually, hold on. I saw that right there. Nice painting. Okay. The other rooms, I believe, are worthless, but we can always try and break in. Nice little map. There we are.
I understand why Wageners call their town the heart of Europe. It's literally in the center of it. Wagen is surrounded by the Alps. Switzerland is right on the other side. That's Germany over there. I wonder how far Barockstadt University is from here.
Why would you want to go to Barockstadt?
That's not my room. Better not go in.
Fine. Be lame like that, Kate. The control stick sometimes acts up when the camera angle changes like that, so just a heads up for those of y'all possibly playing along.
It's very calm here. Still haven't bumped into any guests since I arrived yesterday. And that suits me
I was
fine.
gonna say, and you're complaining? Okay. And this is what happened after Kate escaped, for those curious. Alrighty. Nice. Everything has been worked out. Gosh darn it. For those who thought slavery has been eradicated, yeah, no. Human trafficking exists, and it's sad. It's 14 degrees Celsius. So we can do some fun searching on here. Occasionally there are side quests that pop up involving using the
There
computer.
must be 3 years worth of emails I haven't read here. Better do some cleaning up.
That's better.
Delete them all. You can do a little bit of searching.
I wish you could be here with me now, Katyusha. We would have found the shop together.
A little bit more reading. You can look up Kate, or I'm sorry, our mom.
Oh my god, Mom was buried months ago.
Yeah, that was a long, more like 2 years ago. Good lord. I'm gonna look at this. National Socialism. Awesome. Well, not awesome. That's evil, evil, evil. Leaving. So yeah. Let's... What is that?
Now I get why they call this part of town the Flower District.
So many plants. They're not really flowers, Kate. And then is there anything over? That's just the chest again. And then there is a desk. Man, turning is sluggish. That.
I get the impression I've seen that before someplace.
A dropping chandelier. Well, now we know about it. We'll do nothing with it.
Oh, hi, dear.
Hello.
So, Miss Walker, were the documents of any help to you?
Yes, I was even able to locate the shop I'm looking for. Thank you so much, Frau Wagner.
Good. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
Actually, yeah.
My, quest here is closely linked to the region of Wagen. Could you tell me a little bit about its history?
I'd be glad to.
I guess we'll start with the year 1937.
The woman I'm looking for must have been about 18 in 1937. Was this an important date in the history of Wagen?
Not that I know of, no. But I'm not much of a historian, and I wasn't even born then. All I know is that the Troubles came the following years, with the Second World War. So that year must have been a boom year for fascist ideology, when the Brown Shadow was still just another party vying for power by preaching hate.
I found out about the woman I'm looking for thanks to a painting that must have been pillaged by the Brown Shadow during World War II.
It doesn't surprise me. Wagen, and by extension all of Ostertal, was annexed and occupied by the fascists just before the war. They sacked, stole, and pillaged everything they could, just like they did in the rest of occupied Europe.
Alright, let's talk about Wagen.
I have a few questions about Wagen.
Good, because if you'd asked me about the latest scientific discovery, I'd have to say pass. But if it's about Wagen, then you've come to the right person, my dear.
Tell me about, let's start with this district.
What can you tell me about the district?
Well, it's one of the oldest districts in Wagen, traditionally working class. Myself and a few of the other relics who live here do try to keep it from modernization and mass tourism as best as we can. Other districts haven't been so careful, and the locals have been forced to leave their district because of rising rent prices.
Let's learn about the region.
To be honest, I haven't had much time to find out about Vaughan and the surrounding area. What is it I should know?
For one, Vaughan is very old, renowned for its charm and culture. As for the surrounding area, it attracts mountain lovers mostly, it being so near to the Swiss Alps, of course. The banks of the Dombra, the longest river in the country, are the delight of summer vacationers.
And the Antiques District.
Apparently the shop I'm looking for is located in Vaughan's Antiques District. Could you tell me how to get there from the guest house?
Your best bet is to take the tram, miss. The town centre is almost entirely pedestrian. Your motorbike won't be of any use there. You'll find the nearest tram stop at the top of the stairs, to your right as you go out of the guest house.
Speaking of the guest house,
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about your guest house, Frau Wagner?
Oh, I'd be delighted. What would you like to know?
well, is anyone else here?
Things seem to be quiet today.
Oh, there's never many guests at this time of year.
Actually, is she a guest too?
Oh, yes. She arrived earlier. An elderly English lady. A former military officer, if I understood correctly. They say she's come on some rather unpleasant business. A burial, from what I can gather. Yes, Miss Walker. And she hasn't let go of the telephone since she got here.
Okay.
The room's just perfect. Thank you so much.
There's no need to thank me, Miss Walker. It's my job to make sure my guests are comfortable. And it's not every day we get a young American lady on a motorbike in the middle of the night looking for a mysterious shop. It makes me feel like I'm in a detective novel.
I'd love to know more about you, Frau Wagner.
Oh, there's not much to tell, really. At least nothing that would change the course of history.
But I'm sure you've had an eventful life, haven't you?
Well, I was born just after the war in Vaughan, and I've never left. I opened this place and ran it with my husband until he died a few years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You see, nothing to write home about. Then again, we were never ones for excitement, really. But we were happy, my husband and I.
Nothing else comes to mind for the moment. Thank you for your time.
Well, feel free to come back and ask if you have any more questions.
Okay. We can try and steal the telephone, not that I want to call anyone.
If you don't mind, I'm in the middle of a call.
Fine, we'll leave. We have to leave anyway, so.
Have a nice day, Miss Walker.
Alright. And welcome to the world map of world mapness. Our bike is still here.
Pity Vaughan is practically all pedestrian. After all those months on the road, I've gotten kind of fond of that old bike.
Memory serves, we look at this for way more angles than we need to. I actually thought that was the last angle, but no, one final one. Whoever decided that we need to look at everything from all angles, why? Okay, if we head this direction, there's not really any... I don't think... This isn't the way to the train station. So I was just gonna take a peep around, see what there is to see before we hit the road. Yeah. Got pretty flowers.
This district is just so beautiful.
And the graphics are actually really beautiful, too. Compared to Syberia 3, which had sad graphics and all that jazz. This one's just quite beautiful. And I haven't completely decided if I want to bring back our old friend, the glitch counter. You may remember it from my Let's Play of Syberia 3. Because this game is...
Must be the Botanical Gardens. Too bad it's closed.
Because when I played it the first time, I didn't experience any glitches or anything, like game-breaking wise. So I didn't really see a reason to bring it back, and so far we've been smooth sailing as well. So it might just be dead. Which, I mean, the game should be happy that I'm not going to be counting its sins. Oh, yeah. So, unless something happens between the time I played for the first time and now, we won't have a reason to count glitches. I guess the game has been saved, and we can look at the map and head to the Mueller shop, which they did a bad job designing this map, since you can't just jump straight by using the control stick to select the location. You just have to use mouse cursor. There's gonna be a 5th game after this, so hopefully they fix that when that comes out, which I don't know much about. I haven't really taken a look at the news regarding that. But let's go ahead and head off.
Have you heard what the Thor uncovered up in the mountain?
At Devil's Pass, you mean? I did hear something on the news before coming out. What's the latest then?
They reckon they found remains dating back to World War II, when Alpine resistance networks led refugees across into Switzerland. Nasty times were those.
Yes, not the best times in our history, were they?
No way could that possibly be relevant to our mission. Oh yeah, you gotta me to continue, otherwise Kate will just ride this train forever. Again, what is it, this game in trains? I guess technically it's a tram. And away goes the tram. Alright, and we have about 10 minutes to go. So let's take a look at this area, all this mess of stuff. Including a statue of a man. Also saw Jack Horner's granny bag.
It's not a granny bag, it is a magic nanny bag.
An antique shop, but not the one I'm looking for.
Sad. Let's try the next one, because there's a lot of antiques and stuff down this way. Lots of people around here, too. Got a man here.
Miller's? Oh, straight ahead, Fraulein. You can't miss it.
Thank you. Stuff here as well.
No, that isn't the antique shop I'm looking for.
It's such a fancy place. Look at all the snazzy neon lights. Let's keep walking, see what we can see. Is that Deirdre? Oh, that lady right there looked like Deirdre. Wow. What's this say?
Feels like I've completely lost my appetite since the mines.
You'll
And
get
yet,
it back.
Vaughan is famous the world over for its cakes.
Have a cake then.
Müller und Söhne? It's just over there, on the next corner.
I know where it is, but I want to go up here first. I swear that's Deirdre. Anything up here? I don't think so. At least not of interest. Yay, there it goes. Okay, now, okay, the camera angle has decided to do a thing.
The top brands have nonetheless managed to get a foothold in the district.
Take 5. I wonder what that's a parody of. Is it trying to be like Hot Topic or something? I don't know. Anyway, the camera has made it hard to get over here, but there's your destination.
Söhne, Müller and Son. This must be the place.
Let's go in, Kate. Okay, we're gonna linger here.
I thought as much. So, Hans was here in Wagen after all. That hallmark on that sphere proves it. Wonder what that automaton was used for. I have to get a closer look. Well, that is if someone lets me in.
Well, you have to knock, but to get let in, Kate. Sign says...
Inventory day. Ring 3 times for urgent matters.
How about we do that just to fake it? Whoop. There you go. Auto open. That was kind of cool to see.
You rang?
Yes. Sorry to bother you. Hello. I mean, guten Tag. Herr Müller?
Guten Tag, Fräulein. I am stock-taking, if you will.
Oh, sorry to disturb you, but if you don't mind, I'd like to show you a painting.
A painting?
Yes, of someone I'm looking for. A girl who apparently looked like me.
Well, I'm rather busy. But all right. Show me.
You see? It has the name of your shop on it.
Yes, the label certainly comes from here. It's very old, though.
It's the only clue I have as to the whereabouts of the girl.
I see.
My guess is, whoever owned the painting must have been a client of the shop before the painting was stolen by the Brown Shadow during the Second World War.
That's all very possible. That was when the shop sold materials for artists. As you can see, we don't sell that type of article anymore. Do you mind if I take a look?
Be my guest. I've been told I look like the model in the painting. A slight exaggeration, no doubt. But is there any chance that you know who she could have been?
There's no exaggeration, Fräulein. Indeed, she does look like you. But I'm sorry, I've never seen her before.
Well, what about the artist? You know the artist?
Do you know anything about the artist?
Well, I'd say the style is close to the naturalist school, which makes sense given the date on it. The signature is very faint. From what I can make of it... No, the name doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, Fräulein.
Well, last thing.
How could the case have come from your shop?
Going by the date, the painting must have been done in my grandfather's day. Back then, the shop sold materials for art, and this type of case would have been used to protect a painting, or to carry documents, a manuscript, or even sheet music. Apart from that, there's not much else I can tell you.
Pity. You were my last hope.
I can tell you where it was painted, though, if it's any help.
Oh?
Yes, I'm certain. That's the refuge at the Silberspiegel. You can make out the mountain circus in the background. It overlooks Wagen and leads to the Swiss border.
Right.
You can get there by the tramway. Just head southeast and get off at the end of the line.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Mind you, there's quite a hike from the station to the refuge.
Oh, I'll manage.
Anything else, Fräulein?
Actually, there is. I noticed an object in your window there. A strange metal sphere which might work with an automaton mechanical heart I have.
Yes, it's an authentic Vorarlberg.
Do you mind if I try it?
No, not at all. Let me get it for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Awesome. And we're actually going to stop right here looking at this because it's a lengthy puzzle solved, or followed by an even lengthier sequence of events. So next time on Syberia the World Before, we will get started on those events. See you guys then.